Hey, all right, so let's look at the third exercise, which is which is named data matching, I'm gonna say, with circles. And you'll see what this is about at the end of the exercise. All right, so it says generate a circle with a radius of x units, which means just input a slider with any value larger than 0. So that is x units. So let's just do this. I'm gonna make a circle and a slider with, let's say, 3 units. This is all. Boom. And then it says generate 5 equally distanced points on that circle. Generate a circle centered on each of these 5 points, and the circles of these circles will be the radius. The radius of these circles will be half of the original circle. So let's do this. We have to divide this circle, or try to find 5 equally distanced points on it, and we're going to use division and divide curve. This component lets you divide the curve into equal parts. This is the curve, and the count is 5, because that's what the exercise asks us. So now we have the points, and now we want to make some circles that are centered on each of these points. So we're going to use this circle element again. And the radius is supposed to be half of the radius of the initial one. So here we can either divide it by 2 or maybe multiply by 0.5. In order to show you something new, you can click, I think this is backslash, right? And 2, and enter, and then you have a component that has 2 at the B input already put in. Otherwise, you could just put a slider with 2 in here. But it's what is divided by 2? The radius of the initial one. All right, so we can input this here. And now this is proportional, right? And another way to do this, if you want to be a bit more, let's say, professional, you can connect this directly, and this division you input in here. At the expression, you write x backslash 2 and confirm, and basically the division is within that component. Okay, so what next? Then it says generate 10 equally distanced points on each of the new circles and connect these to their centers. So we have to generate 10 equally distanced points on this circle. So basically the same in here, but with 10. So I'm gonna just copy these two with Ctrl+C and Ctrl+V. Make these circles be in the connect to the curve input, so that these get divided, and in here I'm gonna go to 10. And we have the division. And now this is the last part, which involves the data matching. And it says like this, this part, and connect these to their centers. So we need to connect these points to their centers. And we can do such, so we have the points on the circles in here and the points on the initial circle in here, right? These are the centers for these circles. In order to connect these, we will use the line component. So these points with these points. Problem is that we get this weird thing. Yeah. And here's the data matching issue. So we have like this. If you look at the first input where these points come from, we have this type of wire, which indicates that we have more than one branch in the data. So we have like this. We have, if we look there, we have 5 branches with 10 items each. Basically, is the 10 points that are on a circle are on one branch, and then on the next circle are on a different branch, and so on. And the problem is that these points, which are the centers of the circles, come as a list. So basically as a tree with just one branch. And what Grasshopper does is it matches these like these, like in the following fashion. It tries to match the first, so it has two inputs, and it tries to match the first branch from the first input with the first branch from the second input. And that's fine, because it just gets the first points with all of these, because this is just one branch, remember. Then the second branch from here with the second branch from here, but since it doesn't have a second branch in the second input, it will match this second branch from the first input to the last available branch in the second one, which is the only branch that goes in here. So the 10 points on the second circle will be matched with all of these centers in here, and this is not what we want, and it does this for the following branches as well. What we want is that we have all these points in the first branch with just the first point in here, right, with the first center, and then all the points in the second branch, so in here the second branch, with just the second point in here, which is the second center, and so on. So what we actually want is that each of these values have has a branch of its own. And to do this, you just need to right click it, the input, and click graft. And now it does the right thing, because now we have 5 branches with each center on a different branch. So we have the 10 points in here from the first circle with the center from the first circle, which is on its own branch. And again, second set of 10 points with the second branch that has just the center of the second point, and so on. So this is it.